Here we go. Here's the swimming pool. As you can see, possibly the water is quite green, very hard to see. And what I'm doing is I've got a pump that can transport the water. It's meant for pumping from one tank to the other. And what I'm doing is the pump there and there is pulling the water out here, and it goes from that outlet over there, and I'll show you where it's coming out. And here I'm just putting the water into the ground. So it'll go down that pipe, doesn't flood the neighbour's yard, and just keeping up with the flow. So that's about how fast it's flowing. We'll see how long it takes to empty that pool. So here we have the water tank capturing the water from the roof. Now what's happened with this over the years is you'll see on here, right beside that outlet that goes down into the ground, is what's called a first flow diverter, and you can see that's currently not connected because it kept falling off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that down, clean it up, and what I'm hoping to do is make a cut in that square pipe and put a water diverter in there, divert that water to automatically go to the pool. Then I'll reconnect all this up here properly. This is sort of just a makeshift method of capturing the water. So I'll connect all those pipes on. This was sort of hacked and modified a bit when it was falling apart back at a time where I wasn't really that concerned about capturing all the water I can. So I'll show you what I mean by a water diverter. If we come along over here, you'll see that up here I have a diverter in this pipe. So the pipe comes down, comes to this diverter, small amounts of rain are diverted out. So let me pull this off. It's got a few leaves and things in it. Anyway, that needs a good clean out, but what happens is small flows of water come out through the hose and large flows flow through the middle. So by putting that in the water tank outlet, what I'll be able to do is automatically channel any excess to the pool. Now you'll also see that I have another one of those right up there, and that runs along to that roof there, which then goes down to the water tank. Also have another diverter up there. Now you can see there's a down pipe in that gutter, so what I've done is I've run this poly pipe right along the length, and then when we get up here, you see that the pipe runs all the way to here. So that lets me bypass all the down pipes and deliver the water in straight into the tank. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll get that first flow diverter out. How that works is when the rain starts, that pipe fills up with the first gush of water, which has all the dust, etc. in it. It's got, you can't see yet, and we'll see better when I pull it down. It's got a little tiny hose outlet at the bottom to let it slowly drain. So whenever it starts raining, the water will fill that pipe first, and then once that pipe's full, which will have all the muck and the dirt in it, it then flows into the tank. So that's the way of keeping the tank water as clean as possible and keeping all the grit and the dirt and whatever else is on the roof. Have that washed down into that first flow diverter before it goes into the tank. So I'll get that down and clean it up and start hooking the tank back up while we wait for this pool to empty. Right, so I've got that down. Now as you can see, this is where it hooks into the primary intake to the tank, and this will fill up, and down here at the end is where it slowly drains out. Now that hasn't been used for a couple of years. It'll be all full of dirt and muck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that apart, wash it all out, clean it up, and then hook it back up in the place up there. So I'll be back when I get that done. Okay, so this is the part that screws onto the bottom of the first flow diverter. That goes off to a bit of poly pipe. That there screws onto the bottom, and what you do, you can see this has So you can see that, a little hole in it. You place that in there, like that, and screw it on, and that allows the water to flow slowly out of that first flow diverter. So I'll make up the connector for that and hook that back into the system. Quick update on the progress here. It's been 2 hours now, and the pool's about a quarter empty, so I'm not sure if this will be being scrubbed out today or tomorrow. So it takes a little while. There's about 20,000 litres in here, and there's quite a lot of, it's a bit hard with the reflection, there's quite a lot of green stuff floating on the top. I've tried many times to get this water clean using chlorine, etc., and it's just too far gone. It's reached a point where it's time to bring it all out and clean the thing down properly, start again, and this time I'll be mindful of the fact that this is reserved drinking water. So I will keep it chlorinated and divert as much water into this as possible. Alright, so that's back in the system. It now doesn't require a brick to hold the lid on. It's a little bit bent, but it will hopefully straighten up. These haven't been glued into place yet, and I'll let it settle, and when everything's been in for a while and working fine, then I'll, if it doesn't come apart, I won't really worry about it, but if it does, I'll just whack some glue on there to hold it all together. But it's good to have the system hooked back up correctly, so the water will come along here, go down that junction into that pipe. Once that fills up with water, because of that very small outlet in the bottom, the water will then travel down there into the tank. So all the dirt and the crap and all the rubbish from the roof will get trapped in that pipe, which will need to be maintained every now and then. And just a quick look, there's the pool emptying, quite a while to go. Okay, so I've pulled the pump off of the water tank. Now this wouldn't even go, I hadn't been using it for quite a while, and what had happened was the vine from around the water tank had grown in through this back bit, had gone in there, and it was coming out here, and it was stopping the motor from turning. So I moved it over here, and let's see, so that's working now, which is great. So that will go back in here, and then I will have the water tank fully restored and operational. And what I'm going to do is I do not want to fill this pool from town water, because we have to pay a tariff on that. So there's 5,000 litres, this water tank is full. I'm going to run that straight into the pool once I get it clean, and then I'm going to leave the tap turned on, so that as we gather the rain over the next few days, they will all be diverted straight to the pool. I don't mind doing that because this 5,000 litres of water will literally be transferred to the pool over here. So that means that I still will have 5,000 litres of water, so I'm not going to lose that water. It's already bad enough losing 20,000 litres of green water. It feels pretty strange just putting it down a drain, but I've tried everything else. It seems to be the best way to fix it. So I'll get that pump back in, and that will be it for this project for today, because this I'll give you a look. This pool is not empty yet. It's going to take quite a long time. So we're down to here now. It's going down. What I did is, because there was a lot of green algae and mold in the bottom, I stirred it all up, tried to suspend the particles so that they'll be sucked out as the water siphons or is pumped out into the drain, and that's going to make the cleanup at the end a lot easier. Hey, well, this is not part of my grand plan. It's now raining like there's no tomorrow. I'm still emptying that water out of the pool, and I'm going to need it to rain once the pool is empty, like not now, where its water's going back into the pool, because I'm going to try and capture as much water as I can and get it in there, but as you can see, it's raining right now. Well, that's the way it goes. Hey there. I turned this off last night. I didn't want to leave it raining out all night in case it ran dry. I kind of wish I had, because it's the afternoon today, and there's quite a bit to go. I really wanted to get this done this afternoon. Well, we might make it. I'll need to get in there and before the water runs out, I'll need to get in there and kick up all the sediment in the bottom. I'd rather suck that up, have it as suspended particles that will just come out through the hose. That would be the easiest way to get that out of there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in there when it gets down a little bit more, start blasting the sediment off the sides and kick up the layer of algae that's in the bottom. That way it'll be suspended and should be able to be sucked out through the hose. I want as little as possible left that I have to clean up when this is done. Alright, looks like I'm going in. It's come down quite a bit. Here's the water blaster and the unit here. I've just hooked it up here now. What I'd like to do is put it up there so I could work my way around, but this has got power going into it. That's water I'm going to be standing in, and I think we all know what will happen. This will fall in and the project will remain incomplete due to me not being in the land of the living. So I'm not going to do that. So this will be interesting. I'm not going to have a lot of reach with this, and maybe one of the kids can move it around for me. I don't know. We'll see. It's got to be done, and as I said, I really want to kick this water up before I drain the bottom bit out. I want all of that stuff that's sitting right in the bottom, which you can possibly see there's a clear spot on the bottom there. I want all that kicked up and I want it suspended so the hose will suck it out. Alright, it's cold, it's winter, I'm in my shorts and I'm going into the pool. So I got in, gave it a scrub as best I could. Looks like pea and ham soup now. I've kicked up everything in the bottom, which is great. And the walls are looking a lot better. Not perfect, but this thing is chlorinated and filtrated, so just bringing it up to scratch. Some of that stuff really didn't want to come off, but very happy with that. So hopefully just a couple more hours, all that'll be out. I'll clean up the bottom and start refilling it from the water tank. Okay, all the water is out. Got it as clean as I can. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to run some more water into it and drain that out just to get the last little bit out I can. Okay, pool is empty. Pretty good for a pool. A lot cleaner than it was when I started. Now I've got 5,000 litres of water in the water tank, so that's going in here right now. The rest I'm going to have to capture from rainfall. So, in it goes.